Oh, would you look at that? I think we're live, friends. I think we are live. If you can hear me, please let me know. Aaron Vogler, are you live? Let me push record. Hang tight. Hang tight. Oh, would you look at that? I think. Boom. Got a little bit of a delay, but let me know if you can hear me and let me know how the audio sounds. After much trial and error, I think we are live. Let me know, guys. I'm going to try and get this all set up. Can you hear me? Please, if you're on this stream right now, let me know if you can hear me before we rock and roll. I see at least one person on. If that's you, Aaron Vogler, drop your comment below. Let me see if you're live. We might have only one person. We got a new time today. We got, oh boy, let's see here. I need some confirmation. Can you guys hear me? I'm going to jump on my phone. I'm going to see what's going on here on the phone. But I've got a couple of people on. Let me know if you can hear me, please, in the chat. And then I'm going to get going immediately because you never know how long the internet. Give me a second here. Oh, boy, we're spinning a little bit. Come on now. Hopefully we're good. Okay, I can see myself. Huh. Interesting. Okay, guys, I don't know what's going on here. Can you guys hear me? I need some confirmation here. Okay, we got a few people live. I just need some comments to know that I'm good, and I'll start ripping. It's gonna be a little spotty. I'm just gonna warn you. That's just how we're gonna roll today. We are testing internets. We're paying for the best internet in the country. We have tried everything, and we're gonna keep trying. We're gonna problem solve. And I can't get this to load on my phone. It's kind of crazy. But I just need some confirmation. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat so I can see your name. Zane says, hi, Nick. Zane, what's going on? Says LFG, yes, good, be perfect. It's gonna have some times where it's kind of thinking whatever, but you know what, we're gonna do this. And I apologize in advance, but that is what we deal with. That is the price that we pay to live this lifestyle. What is going on, Zane? How is your tour going? It's going amazing. Stoked to be here. Definitely an adjustment. Aaron Vogler, what is going on, dude? Good to see you on. As always, I'm a little bit sad to say you weren't the first one on today. So let's step it up, bro. Okay, guys, if you can hear me, I'm going to ask one more time. If you can hear me, please let me know, and I will get going. I want to get going because I don't know how long this internet is going to last. So please let me know one more time. Can you hear me? By the way, for anybody that's brand new, Zane says sometimes my voice is getting distorted. All right, we're going to have to deal with it. That's just the name of the game. Hopefully my stream last week, I wasn't able to stream because my internet wasn't working. We did get that solved, I thought, but here we are dealing with some more issues. First and foremost, guys, let's get into it. My name is Nick Wood. I am the king of digital real estate. I've been doing this for over 6 years. If you're new to this channel, this is your first time on this episode. This is Makin Hay with DRE. Okay, real quick though, Mike Willett says, greetings from the JOB Central. Hear you great. Apologize in advance, guys. I am going to be choppy. We have to keep testing internet. But I am joining you live from Freetown, Sierra Leone, West Africa. If you've missed a couple weeks, I am now in a different country, different continent, and we are doing it now. Honey says, why rank and rent will not work for me. Yes, keep listening. I'm getting there with this show today. We're going to talk about all of the above, and thank you for asking. But guys, just for those that are new, for those that may be watching this live or might be watching this next week, or maybe it's 2030, you're watching this, you're like, dude, that guy aged a lot. What happened to the blonde hair? How come he's whatever? Guys, we're at this moment in time where we have this business model, a business model that has fat margins, 90% plus margins after your website ranks. It's a and do this remotely as semi-passive. Nothing is full. It is low barrier to entry. You can, again, you can not have sales experience. You can have no technical experience, and it makes sense. It is one of the go to anybody to add recurring income, passive income to their income stream. And I can confidently say, try this business model, join my program, get in my free group, get in my Discord channel, watch my TikTok videos, and this can change your life. I don't care if you're my grandmother. I don't care if you're my aunt. I don't care if you're my sister. I don't care if you're my friend from Australia or from Africa. This is the model that can change your life. And that is why I'm so excited about it. And so, my friends, if you're not familiar with farming, when I say Makin Hay, what that means very simply is when it's time to produce the crops, when it's time to harvest your fields as a farmer, which my father is a farmer, and I grew up doing that. There is a window in time that if you do not take advantage of that window, you miss it. You do not take advantage of the window and you go and you watch a soccer game or a football game, or you take the night off, and the next day, Mother Nature decides to give you rain. You might lose $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 with one rainstorm. And so with this business model, it is just warming up. We are just getting started. We have not even gotten started, in my opinion. But there is going to be a window in time that there will come a time. This will be more popular than drop shipping. This will be more popular than FBA. This will be more popular than having a t-shirt company. This will be way more popular than SMMA. Sorry, all you. I hope somebody chops that clip up that I just said, and they're like, yo, that dude saw it first. That guy heard it coming first. That guy saw it coming first, okay? That is why I am preaching from the rooftops, because as this model, make sure my name is attached to this model, okay? And I am somebody that has made millions of dollars doing the model of building a simple website in a very niche like tree service or tiny website and renting it out. The phone calls that come off of the boom, I think we're live. Are we back? I'm back on Zoom. Stream has stopped. Boom. Can you hear me now? I'm back. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I'm going to try and turn off the, maybe I have to do the quality down a bit. I hate to do that, but we might have to just down to now. Sorry, guys, it did cut out. That's part of the game. If this cuts out again, I'm back. Let's go. Can you guys see me? Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay, I cut the quality down to 480. Beautiful. Okay, guys, I apologize. We're going to figure this out, I promise. But in the meantime, let's get into the show. If it keeps cutting out, I can always record this and put it live. We're just going to do our very best here as I continue to test out different networks, guys. We got the best internet in the freaking country here, and I don't know what's going on, so we're gonna have to check in with it. So let me make sure that I can see you guys very clearly, and I know I'm spinning a bit, so hopefully we're still good. My chat's still going. We're still recording. I think we're still chilling. Guys, just keep me posted in the chat if for some reason I cut out and you just cannot hear me and it just lags. Gosh dang it, lagging signals. Matthew Bennett says, how are you verifying GMBs? I'm coming. Guys, can you still hear me? This is very frustrating. I know for you guys, imagine how I feel because I just want to tear somebody's head off with what my message today. And here I am just going back and forth on if you guys can hear me. Can anybody hear me? That's really the question that we're dealing with here. Okay, we're just going to go. As long as this thing's recording, we are just going to go. Okay. Quick recap from last week for those of you that were on. Okay, I could see myself again. Last week, we talked about this business. Beautiful, broken business, the most beautifully broken business model. Try to say that 20 times on the internet, because there is something that I call the rank and rent scam. And that is the traditional way that this business model is taught is the scam. Okay. In theory, it sounds great. In theory, it's pick a niche, build a site, and make millions of dollars. And you know what? It's and I'm going to recap this, but I need you guys to go and watch that show. In fact, I didn't do that live because there was no internet. I need you guys to go and watch. Just because you know how to build a website and how to rank a website does not guarantee that you're going to get leads. I know that I have ranked websites, and guess what? I'm the #1 organically juicy main keywords. And guess what? I don't get very many leads, if any. There's one website I could think of. I got exactly one lead, and it was somebody spamming me, trying to sell me SEO, not knowing that I knew how to do it. Okay. Just because you build a website and rank a website does not mean you're going to get leads, or get enough leads to be able to sell that website to be worth your time. Okay. And if you haven't had this happen and you think that you're just going to go build, add more sites to avoid selling, you are going to find out that this is exactly what's going to happen. And if you haven't had it happen to you before, at some point it will happen to you. Okay. So that is #1. #2, just because you build a website, you rank a website, and it generates leads sufficient to sell a deal does not guarantee that you're going to make money. Does not guarantee that you're going to find a hungry business owner in your city that is going to be willing to pay you for leads, or is going to be willing to pay you as much money as you're looking for. I know that I have a Facebook group right now that if you are not part of right now, you are crazy. It is a free Facebook group. Go to art-of-preselling.com, put in your information, show us a legitimate Facebook profile, get inside there. We have almost 4,000 members, almost 100% organically. And it is full of people who know how to build websites, who know how to rank websites, who have websites that are getting leads and cannot land customers because A, they don't know how to sell, or B, they should never be in that city. And that specific city doesn't have any hungry business owners. Everyone there is fat and happy. Everyone there has plenty of business. Everyone there gets enough business just by being them, because that's how their town works. And they can't find anyone. They can't give away free leads. Okay. Guess what the thing that sucks is the people that have those websites, including me. We spent 4, 6, 9 months building these websites, ranking these websites, only to find out they were in the wrong city or in the wrong niche or a combination of both. And that, my friends, is the rank and rent scam. And if you guys are still following that method, that is what I call the wheelchair method. That is what MJ DeMarco calls the slow lane. You want to be in the slow lane for wealth? Go ahead and start building websites, because guess what? You don't even know what you're getting. Wouldn't it be nice to go and find out if that city had a business owner or business owners that were actually interested in your product? Wouldn't it be nice to know that that city or that niche or that combination had enough volume to justify going into it? Imagine going and opening up a Jimmy John's in a random city and not knowing if there's going to be enough people that wanted sandwiches of that type in that city, and just guessing and spending 6 months before you found out. Imagine what that would be like. It would be crazy. But guess what? Jimmy John's has figured out exactly what city to go into. They know how to do their market research. They know how to go and test the market. Guys, all the companies, all the big companies that know what they're doing, do this. If you guys have anything that's Lulu, they go and they go into a market that they think is going to work. And they go and they set up a pop-up shop. And they go, and it's kind of like this makeshift thing. They don't even put the real sign on. They sign a 6-month or a 1-year lease, and they go and they tell the manager of that store, you got 6 months, you got a year. Let's see what you can come up with. And if you hit the numbers, and if there's enough demand in this market, then we'll build out the store. Then we'll come in and we'll put in all the decor in, and we'll buy the building, and we'll do the thing, and we'll really do the training. They do the exact same thing, guys. We're talking about one of the largest athletic yoga, whatever, wear companies in the entire world does this exact same strategy. And you guys, or a lot of us, are over there doing the clunkety clunk. Let's build a website. Let's rank it up. I'll find out. Guys, come on. Come on. What are you guys doing? Why are we still doing the slow lane? And if you are, how much money is so-and-so made? And how much money from this, or from selling their thing, from their shtick, from their program? Are they selling the picks and the shovels, or do they also do the gold mining? I know for me, we closed the deal last week. My company closed the deal last week. And yes, I have a program. Yes, I have digital landlords. And yes, that's why I'm doing these videos, because I know eventually when you guys actually want to figure out how to do it the right way, you're going to know who to turn to. Guess what? I still have the mine. I'm selling the picks and the shovels, but I'm also going into the mine. I'm also getting my face dirty. I'm also wearing the hard hat. I'm getting dirt under my fingernails. I'm doing deals. I'm testing niches. I'm affected by the GMB just as much as all of you guys. I'm affected by the updates to the algorithm just as much as you guys. My income depends on the algorithm just as much as you guys. My income depends on all these things and making sure we're ahead of the Google ads and this and that, just like you guys. I am in this game. Stop doing it the slow way. Stop with the wheelchair method, man. Stop doing it the way that it's always been done, just because that's the way that it's done. When there's a way that's better, when there's a way that's faster. Guys, one of my good friends, in fact, I'd love to give him a shout. His name's Patrick Shannon. He has an amazing company, this software company called LeadSnap. And if you guys are looking for a CRM, there's your shout out, Patrick. I get nothing from this. Go check him out. Go check him out. And we were talking about this. And he's like, dude, it's true. Imagine if you were somebody that's a builder, building spec homes, okay? Imagine you're building spec homes as a builder, and you went and you built 100 homes before you sold any of them. And you look back and you realize you forgot to put the toilets in. You forgot to do the plumbing for the toilets, but you didn't find out until house number 100. That's what this is like. You going and building 20, 30, 40 websites without selling one first, without testing the market with a couple dollars in ads, without going and pre-selling a deal. You're the builder that I'm laughing at, dude. You're the builder that's going to build 40 houses, and you don't even know if your house has the plumbing correct. You don't even know if that market has enough people that want houses to sell one, and you're building 40. That, my friends, is the rank and rent scam. And so I'm not saying that I'm the only person that knows what I'm talking about, but I'm telling you to use your head, use your brain. Wouldn't you rather go and test out a market? Forget about pre-selling. You still want to go and you still want to do the wheelchair method and go slow, and you don't want to pre-sell because whatever, that's fine. But for the love, at least go and run some ads and test out the market. At least go talk to a couple business owners that actually are willing to pay for your leads. And they're not just willing to say they're willing to pay for your lead, but they are going to put their money where their mouth is, and they're willing to put a credit card on file. I do it this way because I know that when I'm building a project, when I'm building an asset, I can put my time into it. I can make sure the content is good. I can build a website, a proper website that is going to last forever, that is going to produce results forever. And I'm not getting sick of throwing up these. I mean, I'm not saying they look good, but they're sound. These are websites that are sound, that are freaking working machines while I'm eating, while I'm sleeping, while I'm golfing, while I'm traveling, while I'm in West Africa, while I'm doing whatever it is I want to do. Okay. So guys, that is what we talked about last week, is the rank and rent scam. And I'm just here to tell you that if you're still following the wheelchair method, I want to just rhetorically ask you, why? Why? And if you tell me because so-and-so said so, I want you to investigate so-and-so. I want you to find out what so-and-so's done. And not what they claim to do, but what they're doing and how much money they've made doing this. I didn't open my mouth and I didn't create my program until I made $1 million in 2020, $1.45 million in 2021. And at the end of 2021, then I started talking about it. Then I started this free Facebook group and I started saying, hey, I've made multiple millions of dollars. If you want me to share, I'm going to share some tips and some tricks. Why don't you check out my free Facebook group? Meanwhile, y'all are listening to people that have barely made $10,000 or $20,000 or touched $30,000 for 1 month. And you guys are taking their words as scripture. Use your head, investigate, ask questions. I don't want you to believe me, because if you believe me, you're going to believe them. Okay. And I'm not the only person that knows what they're talking about, but I'm asking you to use your brain and be somebody that has intuition and stop believing everything you hear. Look at the people that you want to trade places with and go and follow their advice. But make sure you find out first how they make their money. Don't go to the person. This is a very important distinction. You wouldn't go to the person that is wealthy and you're like, hey, I want to trade places with you. And you find out that they actually make their money by selling drugs, or they actually make their money by doing some illegal activity, because no matter what advice they give you, you're not going to be able to duplicate it because you're not willing to do that thing. Find somebody that has made millions of dollars in this space doing rank and rent, or rent then rank, not by selling their program. I've made millions of dollars doing this model, and I've made millions of dollars selling my program. Okay. And I got no bones talking about it, period. No bones whatsoever talking about it. I've never, ever shied away from that. Okay. All right, guys, let's talk about this. Let me see how we are looking on the signal. Again, it is what it is. I know that it's a little bit but we're doing what we can. We got Crispus from Kenya. That's freaking dope. The Jazzy says, I'm cutting up. I apologize. What is GMB? Stephanie Morrow, GMB is the map section at the top of Google. Go type it in Google and get a feel for it. Yasser says, taking the time to test is better than walking around blind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I totally agree. My friend wants to be #1 in a city next door to where we live. He's down to dollars for the leads, down to spend money for leads. Okay, amazing. So you can either, if that's somebody that you can either get them leads and whatever, or they can generate their own leads. Awesome. Refer them to this channel. Let them start generating their own leads. And if they look at this channel and they go, hey, I don't want to touch it. Well, guess what, Stephanie? That might be your first client. Beautiful. Stephanie, do I run the ads in that city to see if the leads come? So Stephanie, I think I saw earlier, you said you watched my free training. Guys, if you're on this right now and you have not already done this, go to my free training, rentsimplesites.com. I'm going to put it in the chat, rentsimplesites.com. And when you go there, you're going to see a free training. And that free training is going to give you a better idea of how the overarching steps of exactly how we do this. Okay. Real quick. Let's see. Aaron says, why drive a moped when you could drive a sports car? Guys, Hermosi said it best, quoting Warren Buffett. What boat you're in is far more important than how hard you row. The vehicle you are in is far more important than how much fuel you consume or how hard you press on the gas. Because if you're in a Lamborghini, moped, period, end of story. This business model, point, Aaron. Zane says, Nick, should we go for bathroom remodel niche as a business owner can handle 3 to 4 leads? That's a niche that I don't love. hard ranking. It's kind of brand. I don't love it. I'm going to be honest. I don't like best with bathroom remodeling, but guys, okay, if there's no money, am I going to go and spend the money that I do have remodeling a bathroom, or is that something I'm going to do when I have discretionary income? So okay, something I've tried, yes. Do I like it? No. Daniel, you will still get better free info from Nick, even when his internet is crap for someone just talking. Because thank you very much, Daniel. I appreciate that. By the way, guys, we're going to get this figured out. And also, I'm looking at myself right now. I want to let you guys know, I did not bring the Versace robe because it made 0 sense to bring a Versace robe here because it's hot and I love it. So what did I do? I opted to go the opposite, and I got a couple of these stringers, and I'm bringing back the old tank. So what I've been doing is midday, I have a gym here on site here at my compound, walk up, hit the workout in the wife beater, and I change into a fresh one right before the show. So this, my friends, is going to be the new Versace robe, and deal with it if you don't like it. Hopefully these things last a while because I've been wearing the crap out of them. Okay. So many people telling me rank and rent doesn't work and it's frustrating. Jack the Stripper. Who's so many people? Jack, are you in our free Facebook group? Go check out our free Facebook group. Look at the deals coming in. Look at how much money people are making. Message some people in that group that are posting their deals, and then come back and let's see, who are you talking to? Are those people that went into a program and got help? Are those people that tried to be the cheapos and they're like, look, I'm just going to learn this on my own. Oh, I spent $1,000 on ads. I spent $500 on ads, but they never bought the program. They never did it for real. Are you talking to the guy that bought the Jimmy John's franchise? Or are you talking to the guy that decided to open up a sandwich shop in his kitchen and says that opening a sandwich shop doesn't work? It does work. Jack the Stripper. Jack the Stripper. It does work, okay? Go ask someone else. You don't even need to ask me. Zane, should we go for a city where competitors GMB? Okay, I'm going to come back to that, guys. I want to get back to the point, the show, what I want to talk about today, okay? Today, we're going to talk about why rank and rent won't work for you. Why would I say that? That's a stupid thing to say. Come on, Nick. What are you talking about, okay? What I'm talking about is this, guys. Every single person that's on this channel, that's watching this video live, that's going to watch this in a week or a month or an hour or 5 years from now, and you're not in this yet. Every single person, including myself, before I got into this, we all look at this and we see other people making money, and we all have that thing in the back of our head of, yeah, it works for Nick, but I don't live in the US. Well, you can't say that anymore because neither do I. Yeah, it works for Nick, but I'm not a man, I'm a woman. Yeah, it works for Nick because he speaks English as his first language, but I don't. Yeah, it works for Nick, but he's on this time zone, but I'm not. Yeah, it works for Nick because he's comfortable with sales, but I'm not. Yeah, it works for so-and-so because he has tech. Guys, the list goes on and on and on. And I'm telling you right now, when I heard this model for the first time, I was instantly hooked. I was attracted to it. I was like, this is the model. This is where I'm going to get rich. This is the one that is going to make me a very wealthy person. This. And I immediately was hooked. But I had my doubts. I didn't know the first thing about this little thing we call search engine optimization. I had no idea what search engine optimization was. I didn't know that's what you called it. Yes, I used Google, but I didn't know there was an art to it. I didn't know that it was a thing. I didn't know what the GMB was. Stephanie, I didn't know what that was either. I didn't know that your www, your website, was actually called the domain. I didn't know what an SSL certificate was. I didn't know that. I didn't know any of these. I didn't know what content was. I didn't know how to build keyword lists. I knew zero about tech. Zero. The most techie thing I ever had was a BlackBerry. And I heard about this business model and I was instantly hooked. But my doubt was, I don't know how to do this. Everybody has one. And so what I want to do, this is going to be kind of fun, is I want you guys, as we get into this, and I'm going to spend the next 23 minutes precisely, because in about an hour, I got to go pick up my kids. It's their first day of school. We did move here. We did put them in the school, the local school. It's an international school, but it's here local. It's not a home school. It's not an internet online thing. It's a local international school, if that makes any sense. And anyway, so we're going to go pick them up for their first day. So anyway, 23 minutes. What I want to do is this. I'm not going to hold you guys to this. I'm not going to judge you for it. I'm not going to whatever. I want to know, what is your yeah, but? What is your, okay, Nick, cool. I saw your case study with Ryan Dalton, but my situation is different. I saw that your little brother Porter is making $9,000 per month plus, but my situation's different. I saw that so-and-so is making X, but this. But I want to know what your yeah, but was. Mine was, I had no tech experience. Maybe yours is you don't have sales experience. Maybe it's because you're a single dad, a single mom, you work a full-time job, you aren't confident on the phone. I want to know, what is your yeah, but? What I'm going to do here for the next little bit is I am going to go over some examples. I'm going to show you some of the common and some of the extreme examples of people that had yeah, buts. People that thought this wouldn't work for them. It works for everybody else. Nick's made millions of dollars doing it. Dollars, well, not millions. And I'm going to share some examples. What I want you guys to do, as I'm sharing a few examples, I want to know what your yeah, but I'm not going to hold you to it. I'm not going to judge you for it. I'm not going to say, oh, you told me that this, I don't care. I just want to give some examples. And I want to give you guys, first of all, I want to let you guys know you're not alone. Everybody has them. And if you haven't jumped into this, you got them. And that's why you haven't. The reason that you haven't started is you've got a yeah, but. And some of you have jumped into it and you still have a yeah, but. And I want to address that as well. Okay. So let me see how our signal's looking. Again, the signal's not going to be perfect. I apologize, but it is what it is. Okay. Okay. Jack the Stripper, a certain YouTuber talking about rank and rent versus SMMA. He tried and failed, apparently. Jack the Stripper. I'm guessing this certain person is selling an SMMA course. Tell me I'm wrong. Okay. Tell me I'm wrong. Go to this person, comment, ask them if they bought a program, how long they tested it out for, did they follow the program that they were trained on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Let's peel back the onion there. Okay. Because I'd love to know the YouTuber's name. Okay. The keyword is they're a YouTuber, right? Abundance is a currency that everyone should already have. Yes, 100%, but it's a mindset thing too. Mine is definitely, I've never done this before. I'm smart and capable, but I'm going to pick the wrong niche. Okay, that's a good one, actually. Let's see. Yeah, but I'm currently building an agency and just start. Okay, so let's start going through some of these. Aaron Vogler said age, which it's one of the ones I wrote down. Okay, so we're going to start going through, and as you guys are giving me the reasons why this won't work for you, I'm going to give you an example of somebody that has worked with me and had the same exact yeah, but. And you just hopped on. I'm looking for reason that's holding you back. Okay. Stephanie said her yeah, but is she's sorry that she's going to pick the wrong niche. Know very well. Okay. This is something you would care to know about this person because this is my own brother. And this is not Porter, Cowboy Porter, or daddy. What does he call himself? The daddy of digital real estate. My little brother that you see on the show all the time, wearing the cowboy hat, being whatever. I'm talking about my brother right behind me. His name is Zach. And he's a cop. And he's let's see, he would be 20. He's 30 years old. He turns 30 in May. 30 years old, he's a cop. He and I couldn't be more different in a lot of ways. He is an overthinker. He is an analytical person. He is the person when I'm buying something, I'm spending $100 or $500 or $1,000 on a car, or, well, I'm not going to buy a car for $1,000, but maybe I'm buying some super nice set of headphones. Okay. He's the guy I'm messing. What should I get? Because before he buys something, he looks through 1,000 reviews. He looks at all the options. He does the shopping. He test drives the car. He looks at this. He looks at that. He looks at this angle, and then he decides to buy it. Okay. I'm the exact opposite as him. You know what I do is I'm like, hey, money, boom, let's go. I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to whatever. I'm the kind of guy that talks to his wife 10 days later. That's who I am. And it served me well and made me a lot of money. And it's also come back to bite me in the butt a lot of times. I'm not saying it's the greatest quality, but it's who I am. Okay. My little brother, Zach, is the most analytical person. And the funny thing about him, just analytical, but Vic, what do you think about this niche? I'm like, dude, I already told you that's the niche. Concrete, go into it, bro. I already told you tree service is good. He's like, yeah, but what about this city? I'm like, well, does it check all the boxes? Does it follow the training? Because he's in the program. Yes. Okay, do it. Just do it. And that's what he needed to hear. He needed that reassurance. Most analytical person. And he waited and he waited and he got sidetracked. And guess what it took? It took my other little brother, Porter, who's a little bit more like me, that's like, hey, let's just send it. Coming in, following the program, being really simple and crushing it and getting 3-4 deals like that. Boom. And he finally went, okay, this can't be that hard. I know how smart this guy is. He's a little bro. He can't even read. And we always give him a hard time. He's crushing it. I'm going to do it. And that's what it took, Stephanie. And as you just said, he closed the deal a couple of weeks ago. He just had 3 calls scheduled on Saturday. I believe it was maybe Friday. His first one, something happened with his first one where the guy was like apologetic, so it didn't go through. Second one, he closed for $2,000 a month. And the third one, I think he had to reschedule. So he went basically 1 for 2. The other one rescheduled. So he is now between his 2 deals making $3,500 a month. He grew up in the same house I grew up in. We are not an educated family in the terms of we went to college. Between all of us, I have the most education and I dropped out of college. He's been to school for 1 semester. We're not educated. We went to a high school that's probably not even accredited or shouldn't even be allowed to be counted as a high school. Only job we ever had was a farmhand, driving tractors, moving pipe, learning how to work. Yes. But as far as learning how to sell and computers, nothing. And he followed the simple training and he's making $3,500 a month. Okay. That's my problem. Okay. So anyway, that is a great point. I think more people have that, but really the fear isn't that you're going to pick the wrong city and niche. It's that you're going to waste time or that you're going to fail or that you're going to spend money that maybe you do or don't have. Guys, who cares? Who cares if you fail? Who cares if your first one you get on and it's a complete flop? Stop being so worried about it. Stop being so in your freaking head about it, like missing. Stop worrying about losing $200. Guess what? The second that you get your deal, you make that money back. The second you get that deal, the money's back. The second month you're in the green. That quick, man. And we sell contracts. Okay. Let's see what else everyone's got. What other yeah buts do you guys have? Okay. What other yeah buts do you have? Jack the Stripper says, yeah, but I'm currently building an agency and just started to get clients. So I want to do this and incorporate this somehow, Jack the Stripper, I want to tell you right now, if you just started, stop what you're doing, and take a hard look at where you want to end up, what you want your life to look at, how much money you want to make. And if what you're doing right now, you're building an agency. I did the same thing. I made this exact same mistake, bro. I know that looks sexy. Oh, this client's going to pay me $2,000 to manage his SEO per month. That sounds awesome. And you start making some money. And guess what? Then you start making some money. But guess what, Jack? You are trading time for dollars. You are breaking a fundamental law of wealth. And no matter how much money you're getting paid, you will never get rich. Until you build assets, you will never get rich. And I would tell you, if I could go back and do this again, I would stop chasing the sexy money, stop chasing the, $2,000 a month SEO, stop chasing the website bill, $1,000 here, whatever. I would only do digital real estate. I would only do digital real estate, specifically flat fee deals for $1,000 plus. Yes, I would have grown slower in the beginning. I wouldn't have jumped to where I did because I needed that money. But you know what would have happened? I would have got to where I'm at today 2 years ago. But what I did is I did what you're trying to do, and I went and I collected SEO client, digital website client, GMB management, AdWords, this, blah, 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 blah. Guess what? I ended up having a job with 10 bosses. I was the owner, but every time my phone rang, I was stressed out. And if I had the business that I had a couple of years ago, where every time my phone rang, I was stressed about losing money, I don't know if I would ever be able to live that life. It was so stressful. I lost a client one time at SeaWorld, literally at SeaWorld, watching the whales do their thing. Got a call, had a client for $4,000 per month, SEO client. Got a call, looked at my wife. She knew what was going on. I walked out. Client calls, hey man, we're done. Contract, the whole deal, should have felt safe, should have been safe. He's out. Now the vacation's ruined. Do I even buy the churro? Do we go to Disneyland tomorrow? Can we afford it? What am I going to do? I'm not even spending time. Now I'm all doing is thinking about my replacement client. How do you live a life like that? Jack, before you go down that road, I want you to consume some of my content. You're making a grave mistake, my friend. And the people that go down the road you're going down will always come back. And all you're doing is you are prolonging the inevitable. You cannot get rich unless you build assets. Now, if you're somebody that has to have money to live, get the bare minimum. Go get one SEO client, 2 SEO clients, whatever it takes to pay the bills, and then go and make sure that those clients, you also sell them leads, because I'm telling you, they will cancel. Every single bloody one of them at one point or another will cancel. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Christmas. Hey, Nick, could you please talk about how you go about doing DRE in third world countries where client acquisition is mainly through referrals? Christmas, I have some videos I've recently done now that I live in a similar country. You're in Kenya. Welcome to the continent, my man. There's going to be more fortunes made on this continent in the next 50 years than you would ever imagine. It is the new China. Mark my words. I want to say that right now, because at some point it's going to happen, and I'm going to be able to clip that and go, oh yeah, I said it first. Okay. I'm here. Anyway, that's number one. But dude, if there's not a lot of search volume and people aren't used to paying for advertising, then you're going to have to go to a different country. You're going to have to, you can stay where you're at. You can do business where you're at. Look at me, right? But you can do this from another country. Now, what I want to speak on, this is a great point, because can I do this from another country? And this is something you're not saying, but I know you're thinking it, is can I call the US? Can I call Australia? Can I call the UK with my accent? Maybe I have an accent and I'm from Nigeria. Maybe I have an accent and I'm from Kenya. Maybe I have an accent and I'm from India. This is a big thing. No one wants to talk about it. Everyone's embarrassed. Who cares? Guys, I've got a guy in my program right now. His name is Brian McSpadden. You guys can go in my free group. You can verify. You can look all these people up. You can check with them. I'm not just tossing out names. Brian McSpadden, okay? Brian is from Ireland. Brian, when he talks, sounds like Conor McGregor. If you don't know who Conor McGregor is, I don't know what to tell you. Go look him up. He's one of my favorite UFC mixed martial arts guys. He's a complete trash talker, but he knows how to entertain. And Brian sounds exactly like Conor McGregor. Brian didn't know if he could get deals in Ireland, even though I know he can, because Ireland is a lot like Europe, or sorry, a lot like Australia and Canada, some of these other places. But Brian was just, he made up his mind. He wanted to get deals in the US. So Brian started doing this exact same strategy from Ireland in Texas. Okay. And guess what happened? Brian, using his Ireland number and his Irish accent, very thick, followed the process, cold called with his Ireland number, didn't even set up a Google Voice, and was able to close a deal for $2,000 a month. This has been over 18 months ago when he did this. And I'm here to tell you guys, this happens all the time. People that are in Nicaragua selling deals in the United States. People that are in, obviously in Australia, selling deals in the United States. People that are in Canada selling deals in the United States. What I'm here to tell you is if you're in Kenya, can you test it out? Sure. But you got to make sure there's enough search volume, number one, and do people actually search? I know here locally, when people need somebody, for example, I needed a house cleaner. I didn't even think about going to Google and typing in house cleaner. You know what I did is I went to my landlord and I went, his daughter manages the place. I said, hey, who can you recommend? Who can you recommend? I need somebody good. I need somebody trustworthy. And I got a house cleaner. That is how business is done. Now it's changing. When I look up restaurants, I'm Googling. So I'm starting to do that a lot more, but I'm also a Westerner. You are going to have to go to another country in order to get the deal. Doesn't mean you need to come to the US, but you might need to look at another country. Is it worth testing out? Of course it is. And again, what I love about Africa, what I love about some of these countries is everything that's happening in the US is happening in these countries. It's just a little bit behind. So you get to see how it plays out in these countries before you go and do it. Okay. But back on the accent thing. Yeah, Nick, you can do it, but I have an accent because I'm from Kenya. And guys, you know how many people in my program have accents? You know how many people in my program who don't even speak English as their first language? My project manager, Francesca, is slaying deals right now. She's from Italy. She was born and raised in Italy, 16 years in Italy. Italian is her first language. She moved to California when she's 16. She's been in the States half the time she's been in Italy. She has an accent. It's not very, it's faint, but she does have an accent. I've got a guy in my program named Juan. Okay. This guy lives in Salt Lake City, Utah. He's a PO box. He is a UPS driver. And he has an accent. He's originally from, I believe it's from either I think he's from Guadalajara, Mexico. He has an accent, and the dude crushed it. He got in my program within 90 days. He was making over $5,000 a month, and he's killing it. I've got another couple, Amr and Asli. This is a couple that's from Jordan. They're from the Middle East. I believe that's in the Middle East. Yes, it is. They moved to Canada. And they both have accents. And these guys are killing it. They are absolutely murdering it with accents. Accent doesn't matter. Guys, I just created a video that I'm going to be putting live. It's a YouTube video about digital drug dealing, why I call it digital drug dealing. We sell these deals by giving clients a sample of our product. Clients that are already in the market, clients that are already paying for our leads, already paying other companies for leads. And by giving them a sample, that sample is what sells the deal. And if you can deliver results, if you can give leads and people, if you can make somebody money, they don't care if you're black, if you're white, if you're purple, what you sound like. They don't care, Aaron, how old you are. They don't care if you're a single mom, single dad, doing this from West Africa, doing it from your mom's basement. They do not care. They want results. If you can make them money, they will stay with you forever. And you can get away with almost anything. You can wear a wife beater to the call. You can wear a sombrero to the call. You can wear sunglasses to the call. You can say dude and bro and whatever else you want to say, because if you can make somebody money, you can get away with anything. And so for those of you that have an accent, for those of you that are young, for those of you that think this, that, and the rest, the reason why this business model and specifically the way that we sell it by giving the leads in advance, and I don't care who you are, I'm confident in, if I put you in my program, I don't care if you live in Australia, I don't care if you live in India or Bangladesh or Poland. We just got somebody in our program that's from Ukraine. I do not care. If you follow it and you follow it exactly and you put in the work and you create the map of exactly what you're supposed to do and you do exactly what you're supposed to do every day, regardless of how you feel, you can change your life with this business model. That's why I'm so confident. What else do we have, guys? Stephanie says he just closed the deal. He posted it in Facebook. Mine is that tradies are really busy now. And why would they want more leads? Okay, Russ. So my question for Russ says his but is these guys, these gals, these business owners, they already have a bunch of work. Why would they want work? So my question for you, Russ, would be like, So for those of us that are making money doing this, lots of money, are we just finding the people that are hiding, that we're somehow really good at finding hiding people? If it works for us, why wouldn't it work for you? Are you going to call somebody that's going to tell you they're too busy? Of course you are. But if you're calling people that are already paying for Google Ads, why are they paying for Google Ads? Aren't they paying for Google Ads because they need leads? Aren't they paying for Home Advisor because they need leads? Guys, Russ, I get it. But it's an excuse. If it's working for me, why wouldn't it work for you? Right? Any cities I can go into, you can go into. Any countries, any niches I can go into, you can go into. You are no different than me in terms of what city we go into and how busy these people are. Yes, you're going to have people that have that excuse, but so do I. But I only target people that are already paying for Google Ads, already paying for Home Advisor, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see. What if I build this? Okay, Katie. Yeah, but what if I build this and it's my primary income source? Recession hits and I lose my income source because business owners cancel contracts. Katie, I love it. And this might be the last wrap. This has been a freaking fun session. I wish that we had more time. I want to attack this one though. What if you go all in, this becomes your primary income stream, like me. Katie, you realize this is my primary income stream. You realize that I've hedged my bet on this. You realize that I moved my family to West Africa with this money. I bought my vehicles with this money. I've bought my real estate with this money. I'm completely, if recession hits and this thing's wiped, I'm hit harder than everybody on here combined. Okay. The question I would say to you is, first of all, what are you doing now? Are you a 9 to 5? If you are, and I don't know if you are, and for those of you that are, that's fine, because a lot of us, that's where we start. But you think that you're safer at a 9 to 5? You think that when push comes to shove and the money's tight and companies are losing their butts, that you're safe? I will bet on myself all day long, every day of the week before I'm betting on somebody else. I know that I have my best interest in mind. Somebody else does not. And no matter what they say, no matter how much they say they care about you, when it comes down to them eating and their family eating and you and your family eating, guess who's getting the money? And it ain't you. Just a quick secret there. It ain't you. Now, if you're running another business, then I would pose the same question. How do you know that business ain't going to go under? This business is recession resistant if you go into the right niches. You go into niches that are not like remodeling and you build your entire business on remodeling. Well, good luck. But I go into niches that are staple niches. They're boring niches. They're unsexy niches. But guess what? When COVID hit, when they only let you have, what do they call these business? Not necessary businesses. They called them something. They called them some kind of businesses. And they said, this is a whatever service, right? I go into those services. When somebody has a tree falling on their house, you can't just ignore it. When somebody's foundation is falling, and their floor is falling through the bottom of their house, you can't ignore it. When their driveway is cracked down the middle, and it keeps getting worse because of the snow and the sun and the snow and the snow and the melt, and you can't ignore it. I go into boring, basic niches that may not be killer niches right now necessarily. They might not be the home run grand slams, but they're doubles and they're triples and they're singles, and they're always doubles and they're always triples and they're always singles, whether that's good or whether it's bad. And you know what? I might dip a little bit, but you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to double down. I'm going to hustle harder. I'm going to do more deals. I'm going to make up for it in volume. So I'm betting on myself all day long if I'm a 9 to 5. And if I have another business, I can't think of anything that's more recession resistant than this. There is never a bad time to start the right business. I've heard this. I can't remember who it was from. Maybe it was Warren Buffett. I don't know. That's the quote. Okay. Let's see. Jack the Stripper. Guys, spend the money. You'll end up spending that same amount over the course of the year on BS anyway. Yeah, Jack, I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I'm always about buying time. If there's ways that you can buy time, go buy it because you can't get it back. That's it. If it's an employee that if I got a house cleaner we just hired, I don't want a house clean. Am I willing to do it? Sure. Do I want to show my kids that I can do it? Yes. And we did the first week. I just hired a cook. Can I cook? Kinda. Can I go to the store? Yes. But we had a cook. I got somebody, we got a driver. Guys, anything I can do to buy my time back, that's what I'm doing. And if I want to achieve something, I'm looking at the people that have already done it. And I'm thinking, how can I pay them to show me how to get there quicker and condense the time, collapse the time from 5 years to 1. Guys, the reason that you're listening to me right now is it took me 6 years to get where I am today. And I have come up with a way that I can show you how to do it in a matter of months, not years. And that's why I get paid. And I went through it. I spent the $1.4 million on ads, so you don't have to. I went into the wrong niches so that whoever asked about bathroom remodeling, I can tell you it's not good. I'm not putting my money into it because of that. I went into plumbing so I can sit here and tell you it's not my favorite. Okay. I did the mistakes. I made the mistakes. I built and built and built, and I did the rank and rent model for 3-4 years, and it doesn't work. So I can sit here and tell you that it doesn't work from firsthand experience. Okay. I am somebody that has something that I can offer you, and that is time. That is time. And I create these videos so that I can teach you and I can help you make money, so that when you start seeing the value in time and you realize that, sure, you can go look this stuff up on the internet. Sure, you can look at 15 different YouTube channels. Sure, you can go and whatever. But at the end of the day, you are spending the one thing you can't get back, and that is time. And I can sell you time. You cannot buy your time back, but you can buy future time. Guys, I might have to continue this next week because I got so many good comments, so many good questions. In fact, I'm going to take a couple of screenshots of all the comments really quick. Give me 1 second. We got some amazing ones right here. Link to the Facebook group, guys, is art-of-preselling.com. Make sure you have a Facebook profile. Make sure you look legit. Make sure you don't look like a spam account. You just created it yesterday. Go and join. Put good answers. I'm not letting you in, dude. I have over 200 people that are sitting there pending because they didn't fill out the form. Like, I don't need you in my group. It's free. It's an amazing group. I've got nothing but good feedback. We have 3.9 members. I don't care if it's 100 members. I want people in there that are going to contribute, that are going to keep it as a good place. I find out that you're selling stuff or whatever, email. I don't give you a warning. I just kick you out. Done. I don't need you. I don't need you. We got too many people that are serious about this to need you. So get in the Facebook group. It's amazing, but make sure you have a good profile, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Guys, I know the internet's been a little choppy. It's gotten a little bit better. Thank you for dealing with me. Every week I do this show, 7 a.m. MST. I'm going to be on here with the freaking tank. We're going to get better internet. I'm going to be on here. I don't even have my freaking, I forgot to grab my juice today, but it's the same company, Sierra company. Nice little mineral water is what we got today. No Red Bull. I am going all natural today. Again, joining you from West Africa, living the laptop lifestyle. I love this business model. If you guys want to see new videos posted every single day, I post a new YouTube, I post a short, I post a TikTok, and a couple times a week we post Instagram, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We are putting out content like crazy, podcasts, all of the above. I am going to make sure that when this blows up, when people see this business model as mainstream as all these other ones, my name's attached to it. It's your boy, the king of digital real estate. Thanks again, guys. I will see you.